The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for taking the time to join me today for our latest webinar, where I get to show you the new operational alerts tool that we've been working on. So this feature is an automation tool, and it is currently still in testing, so it's not available in any of your admin portals quite yet. It's going to require a system upgrade, but that's no cost to you. We expect to begin upgrades by the end of May, and as a thank you for attending the webinar today, you all will have first priority during the upgrade process. So we'll be contacting you directly to schedule the update once the feature is ready, so just keep an eye out for that. And let's get right into it. The Operational Alerts tool was built to allow you to schedule automatic email alerts that will be sent to specific people in your company at a predetermined time. So these alerts are business focused. They contain information that provides insight on how your facility is performing in a certain day. These alerts are really meant for business owners, partners, maybe some of the high-level managers, but they're not intended for your customers. So we do actually have automation for your customers, and it's been in the ClubSpeed system for a couple of months now, and I will show you where that is. That's in an entirely different place, but it is separate from the operational alerts. So these alerts require just a one-time setup, and they will continue to run for as long as you've specified. So this is a screenshot of the admin portal, and I want to point out that we've added an entirely new tab for this feature, which we just titled Operational Alerts. And again, this isn't updated in any admin portals yet, but this is exactly how it will look for you when your system is updated. So when you access these alerts, you'll see that we have preloaded some options already because we felt like these were the most common uses for operational alerts. This includes options about your hourly sales numbers, races and racers per hour, sales milestones, and an overall sales summary. At this time and at the time of the release, these will be the only available reports. So if you have an idea of another kind of an operational alert that you may want that's specific to you or your facility, you can reach out to us and we can then assess if that's something that we can add in for you. But at this time, you would not be able to add in an alert yourself. So I'm going to transition here, and I'm actually going to show you in real time how this all works and explain some of the different options that you have. So I am in the admin portal here, and again, I'm going to go up to the new tab, Operational Alerts. And if you have been working with the customer automation feature, this actually should look pretty familiar because it's modeled after that feature. So I'm actually going to go into customers really quick and click the automate button, and you'll see that it's almost the exact same. So if you have been using this feature, operational alerts really should be a breeze for you. So I'll go back into the operational alerts tab. From here, you just name your operational alert. That's whatever you want to name it. And then these are the reports. And again, this is what I showed you just a few minutes ago. You have these 5 options here. The email to box, this is going to pre-populate for you when your system is upgraded. So anyone who has access at your facility to the ClubSpeed system will automatically show up here. So for example, if Jessica, who works the cashier or the front POS system, has access to ClubSpeed, her name and her email is going to appear in here automatically. If you do want to send an alert to somebody that is not in this list, you can just go ahead and add them right here. If you want to send to multiple people, you can do that. You just separate each name with a comma, and you can add in as many as you want. Then you have the frequency. These are pretty straightforward, daily, weekly, monthly, but you'll notice that there are a few specific frequency options that match up with a report. So for example, if I do the sales milestone report, I might want to select the frequency for when the sales milestone has been reached, or you can do racers per race, and there's a racers per race report. So those match up pretty nicely. You also have an option here of a range. So if you don't select this box, the operational alerts are just going to run continuously forever until you manually put a stop to them. If you don't want that to happen, you can click the box and you can select a range. So let's say between April 22nd and April 30th, I want to know the sales milestone. So after April 30th, the alert will discontinue. It's not going to continue sending you any notifications. But again, if you just want it to run forever, you can just unclick that box. So one thing to note when you first set up your operational alerts is they will not take effect until the next day when the main engine restarts. That's typically in the early morning. So any subsequent alerts that you create will be effective immediately. Just be aware that the first time you do this, it's going to become effective the following day. And I will actually show you creating an alert, but I'm going to go into the alert settings first because these are the settings that drive these reports. So if you have a sales milestone, for example, you have to first set the sales milestone over here. So we have a nice description of each option on this side over here, but I'm going to go through each just to kind of give a general overview. So racers per race, you have the option here to add in a low and a high, and you can just click the arrows here if you want to change to whatever you want. This is saying that 5 racers per race or less is too low, and 14 racers or more per race is too high. And then you have this period over here where, again, you can go up and down. So let's say I have every 2 hours set as the period. What that means is every 2 hours the system is going to run an internal report, and it's going to look at the races and it's going to say, okay, on average there were X amount of racers per race. If that number falls between your range, let's say it's 8 racers per race in that 2-hour time span, it's not going to alert you. It's going to recognize that that's okay because it falls within your parameters. Let's say in another 2 hours, so from 2 to 4, it does it again and it says, okay, now you only had 4 racers per race in this 2 hours on average. It's going to send you an alert letting you know that it's too low. And same thing, it would do it if it was too high. Races per hour is similar, except you only put in the option for it being too low. So again, you can add that to be whatever you want. I have it set as 3 races per hour or less would be too low. So if you that report, which is just right here, it will let you know when that falls below what you have set. So the racers per race and the races per hour are really great for helping you gauge your slow and your busy times. If you notice that between 2 and 4, you only have 4 racers per race on average, you could consider a happy hour deal or something to get people in the door. And if it's too high, there's also a lot of marketing opportunities there because you know you have a lot of people coming through at that time. The sales milestone amount is a dollar amount. So this could be whatever you want. It could be 10,000, it could be $1. It's just a number that you set to be notified when you hit that amount in a day. So one thing to note here is that it is localized. So if you're in the US and it's US dollars, if you're in Italy, it's euros, it's localized to your location. The other thing is you can't have multiple sales milestones. So if you wanted to know when you hit $1,000 and then $5,000 and then 10,000, you can't do that. You only have one number. So you can set it as whatever you want, but it's just going to alert you when you hit that one number or surpass it. Then you have the opening time and the closing time. This doesn't necessarily have to be your facility hours. These are the times that the alerts are going to run. It makes sense for it to be your opening time and your closing time just so you're not getting alerts in the middle of the night. And that's really the only time when you're having sales come through and you're having races. So you can set this to be whatever you want, but we recommend it the opening time and the closing time of your facility. It is a 24-hour clock format, and again, it's localized to your location. So this is 12 o'clock your time. So when you find whatever you want to set this as and you're happy with it, you just click Save. And from there, you can go ahead and you can go in and actually create your reports. So if I want to do a test report, I'm going to do a sales milestone and send it to myself. And I want to send it when the sales milestone has been reached. Again, I could select a range, but I want it to run forever. And then I just hit Create. And it's going to let me know that it was a success. And I can go in and I can view it here. So it gives me all of the information, periods, forever, because I didn't select a range. It has who it's being emailed to, so it gives you all of the information right here. If you wanted to edit an alert, You can go into your alert settings and you can edit some of this information, so I can change it to 500 and I can save it and it will automatically update, but there are certain things that you can't change. So let's say that you don't want this to go when the sales milestone has been reached, you want it to go weekly. You'd have to delete and create a new one. So luckily it's pretty quick to do, but just be aware that there's some things you can go in and edit, and then other times you would have to create a new alert. So I'm going to actually show you what the sales milestone looks like. Transition over here. When you set an alert, this is an example, this is the sales milestone example, it'll tell you what the alert is, it'll tell you the time, and this is the time that the sales milestone was hit or surpassed, and then it also has the date. So I could have had my sales milestone set as $1 or $450, it doesn't matter, it's letting me know that for what I had set it at, I hit it, and I hit it at 9:44 a.m. So this is kind of interesting for just seeing, if you hit your milestone at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday and then you don't hit it again until 8 p.m. on a Thursday, it just kind of lets you know, again, along the lines of the slow and busy times. And I also want to show you the sales summary. This is something that is a report already in ClubSpeed, so you may already be familiar with it, but you can now get it as an operational alert. So this is what it looks like. It's broken down by payments. It has some voucher information. It lets you know where money was spent. So we have arrive and drive, events, food and beverage. If there were any check discounts, voids, taxes, it just gives you a general overview of what happened during the day. So this is a good report to run at closing time. You can run it whenever you want, but it's a nice little overview of what your sales were during the day. And that really is the operational alerts tool. There's not a whole lot to it. It's pretty straightforward, but it's really easy to use, and it allows you to just set the rules once and have the ClubSpeed system take care of the rest. So this feature is really great for giving you that general overview and some insight into your daily operations. We do have a report section that can be utilized in a similar way, but the nice thing about operational alerts is they can be sent to you automatically without you having to go in and run a report. It's kind of a set it and forget it kind of thing. So it's quick and it's easy, and it's especially beneficial, like I mentioned earlier, for owners, partners, or other people who have investment in your facility who may not be on site all the time. They can still be kept in the loop with these alerts. So I'm now going to transition a bit and do a recap of our customer marketing automation feature like I mentioned earlier. We just went over automated alerts for your business, so to keep on the subject of automation, we'll cover some of the automated email options for your customers. So the marketing automation tool was designed to automatically send specific emails to a targeted audience at a predetermined time. So it's similar to the operational alerts, but it's customer focused. And it's something, again, you can just set up once and it'll run for as long as you've specified. So it eliminates the need for you to have to manually send out emails every day to specific customers. So it's quite a time saver. And you'll never miss the perfect opportunity to send marketing messages to your customers. So this is something that is already available in ClubSpeed. You can use it today. We did a webinar on this, a feature, a few months ago, but in case you missed it or you just want a general recap, I'm going to show you how to use it. So I'm going to go back here into the admin portal, and this time I will go into the Customers tab, and the Automate feature is right down here towards the right. So you have two options with the customer automation. You can do a search by our common options. These are things that we've preloaded, so it has customer membership options, it has birthdays, it also has, show customers who haven't been here in 3 months, 6 months, etc. If you don't want to use any of these options, you can do your own search. So I'm going to search by racer name, and I'm going to search for myself. And once you hit search, it's going to pull up all of your customers who fall within this specific search criteria. You can't actually see the racer name, so if you ever want to just double check that you did pull up the right people, you can do the search over here as well, select racer name and search, and it's going to now show me the racer name. So I know I definitely have the right customers. So once you have your search customers, you just click Automate, And again, this looks really familiar. It's the same as the operational alerts almost. You do whatever automation job that you want, whatever name, and then you select your email template. These are email templates that were preloaded when you downloaded ClubSpeed. We put in a few, and then they're ones that you've created on your own. So you can choose whichever one. I'm going to do Spring League. The frequency, again, very similar, daily, weekly, monthly, manual. This one you can decide whatever date. So let's say that you don't want to send it daily or weekly. You want to send it on the 22nd, and then you want to send it again on the 30th. You can just add manual dates. That's what that one does. So I'll say weekly, and then here's the range option once again. If you don't want it to run forever, you can select a range. And just as an added measure to make sure that you did pull up your right customers, we have the search criteria box down here. So this is going to let you know who you had searched previously and who this template is being sent to. And it also has a filtered by location option, so this is great for those of you who have multiple locations. I'll show you here. It's located right here, location. You can select whichever one, all locations or specific. I'm going to do Langley. So once you fill in all of these boxes here, weekly, you have two options. You can run now and create, or you can create. And the big difference being when you run now and create, it's going to send right now, and then it's going to send on this start date. So you'll notice every option has a start date depending on which one you choose. So if I choose weekly, it's going to send today, and then it's going to start on April 23rd and continue every Sunday. Really, the only time that you would want to use it on the daily option and run now create is if you're going to do birthdays. And I'll show you that in a second. But if you don't want it to send today, you can just select your option and click Create. But I'm going to run now and create so I can show you that it does come through right away. So once you have all your information, you just select that. And once again, it's going to tell me that it was a success. So I can go in here and I can view it. Gives me all of the information, the frequency, how long it's going to run, the next send date, and then it has the search criteria. Once again, if you need to edit, let's say you don't want to send it weekly, you want to send it monthly, you would have to delete, go in and create a new automation rule, but it's very quick to do. So I'm going to transition over here to my email, and this is the email. So it does get sent automatically right away, which is nice. And in here, okay. So the other thing that I wanted to mention was the birthdays. The daily option is really only beneficial when you have searched for customers who have a birthday today. What that's going to do is it's going to every day pull the information, the customer information of the birthdays, and it's going to be different customers every day. So that's why you would want to do a daily option, but that's really the only time you would want to do the daily option. Otherwise, let's say, for example, this said show customers who haven't been here in 6 months, and then you select daily, you're going to be sending the same customers the exact same email every single day. So I don't think they would appreciate that much. So it's just a little forewarning, if you're going to use daily, the only time you really want to use it is for customers who have a birthday today. Otherwise, you probably want to send weekly, monthly, or annually, depending on what your search criteria is. And the last thing I wanted to show you in the customer automation really quick is the email templates, just in case you need a refresher on how to quickly create new email templates. So for that, you would go to the Send Email button right here. And what we recommend, what the best thing to do is to find a template that you like and just copy it. That way you don't really have to start from scratch. So if I like this Spring League one and let's say I want to do a Winter League and I like the setup, what I can do is I can click Edit and I'll click Source, and this is going to give me the big long source code, which I can just highlight and copy. Then when I go to create a new email template, I would give it a template name and a subject. I would click Source, paste that big long code, hit Source again, and it's right here. So now I can go in, I can edit the text, I can edit the photos, I can change it however I want, but the nice thing is I don't have to start from scratch. So once you got it how you would like it, then you can just save it and it'll show up in your email templates from that point on. So it's just an easy way to do the templates so you don't have to start from the beginning. And that really is the operational alerts and the customer automation. They're both pretty simple and easy to use, and we're really excited about offering this new operational alerts tool, and we hope that you guys are eager to use it. Again, we'll be in touch with each of you to get you started on the upgrade process once it's ready. We'll also be making a video with this information, which you'll be able to find on our Club Speed YouTube page. That way, when your system is upgraded, you can refer back to our video for training and just as a general refresher. As usual, here are some of the support contacts in case you have any general or venue-specific questions about anything that we covered today. And thanks again for joining me. I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day.